Will a stolen alien planet wipe out life on Earth? Experts explain what we know about the mysterious Planet 9 or Planet X or Nibiru. Astronomers in California predicted the existence of a ninth planet in our solar system. Since the announcement, scientists have been trying to discover more about the mysterious world known as Planet X. Theories range from how it might have been an exoplanet stolen by our sun to how it could have wiped out the dinosaurs. Some have even suggested it might be on a collision course with Earth. Professor Andrew Coates, Deputy Director at the Mallard Space Center Laboratory, UCL, lays down exactly what we do know about this mysterious world and when we might discover it in an article for The Conversation. Ever since the study began suggesting that Planet 9, artist's impression pictured, could be lurking in the outskirts of our solar system, astronomers have been busy trying to pin it down. As nobody has actually observed the planet yet, this research has been largely computational. The existence of the planet was only suggested after scientists noticed that objects in its vicinity, were moving very strangely. Since it was proposed, astronomers have modeled Planet 9's structure, orbit, estimated threat to Earth, and possible origin. But with all this data at hand, are we any closer to actually finding it? Let's take a look at some recent results and what they really mean. It may be an exoplanet. The latest such study has come up with two different possible scenarios for Planet 9's origin. One theory is that it may have started as a forming outer planet core from our own early solar system, which was expelled to the edge of the solar system by some process. Kindly support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box. One theory it could have started from a former outer planet core from our own early solar system, and it was expelled to the edge of our solar system by some process, perhaps a collision. Another possibility is that our sun may have stolen Planet 9 from a nearby star in the Milky Way about 4.5 billion years ago, which would make it our nearest extrasolar planet. Star formation regions are relatively dense with stars. The sun was born in a cluster with perhaps 1,000 other stars, and these can indeed interact. While this is entirely possible, the research assumes that Neptune-sized objects were relatively common in this area, something we simply don't know yet. The study also suggests that further observations and modeling of the positions and orbits of minor objects in the solar system beyond Neptune now may provide further clues as to the origin of the proposed Planet 9. Whether this is core expulsion, as originally proposed, or an exoplanet capture. At the moment, the lack of direct observations of Planet 9 and the whole range of objects which may be affected by it means that the explanations are poorly constrained. In the meantime, this kind of work provides interesting ideas, but ultimately we of course do need proof. Excitingly, if it does exist and turns out to be captured exoplanet, it's likely to be our best bet for visiting an exoplanet in the near future. It also could be made up of iron and ice. Other computer simulations assume that Planet 9 was a distant ice giant similar to Neptune and Uranus. They calculate the evolution of the size, temperature, luminosity, and color of such a body, having moved from its possible formation point near the Sun to its distant position at about 700 AU. Remember, 1 AU is the distance between the Sun and the Earth, about 93 million miles. Now, this research suggests Planet 9 is like a mini Uranus with an iron core, silicate mantle, water-ice shell, and hydrogen-helium outer layers. Its temperature would be about minus 226 degrees Celsius. And most of this would be internal heat rather than absorb sunlight, which means it would be difficult to see with optical telescopes. In fact, the planet would reflect very little sunlight, which means it would be visible in infrared wavelengths instead of visible light. The research is useful for scientists modeling and searching for the planet, as it helps them to know what they should be looking for. It may be harder to detect than we thought. The proposers of Planet 9 and other astronomers are busy using an array of telescopes to search for their target. This includes further work with data from the WISE survey, as well as the Catalina Sky Survey and the Pan-STARRS telescopes. So far, these searches have been unsuccessful. Current and planned searches are underway, proposed using telescopes including Subaru at Mauna Kea Observatory in Hawaii, the ALMA and the Dark Energy Survey, and the James Webb Space Telescopes. But there may be other ways to spot it. For example, there was a prediction that the orbit of the Cassini spacecraft at Saturn may be affected by Planet 9's gravitational pull based on its possible location in Cetus at about 630 AU. That's 1 AU, the distance between Earth and Sun, 93 million miles, as we said. However, many scientists are skeptical of this. So why haven't we seen it yet? The study that modeled its interior also postulated how easy it would be to detect an object using surveys such as WISE, and estimated that Planet 9's current size is about 3.7 times of Earth, about 4 Earth sizes. This is considerably less than the 10 times our planet which was initially suggested. They therefore argue that it would be very hard to spot the planet with current instruments, but suggested future telescopes may be able to see it. It probably won't wipe us out. With a suggested orbit between 200 and 1,200 to 2,000 AU, much further away from us than the Sun, it seems we should be safe from Planet 9. But conspiracy theorists are quick to suggest that, as this may be the first of several such objects, at least one may have our name on it. However, there is no evidence that any known or postulated object poses any threat to Earth, but observers are keeping a careful eye on near-Earth objects for potential problems. Planet 9, if it exists, would certainly be a difficult object to detect. We know that the effects on 6 nearby objects look consistent with its existence, although even this is not universally accepted by astronomers. However, it's certainly strong enough to prompt a detailed search. Thanks to the computational modeling, the search is narrowing. At the same time, technology is developing and observations in this region are improving. So if Planet 9 exists, it should be found in the next few years. This is on Bended Reality, source from the Mirror. Please leave your comments. Thank you for your support.